What's up guys, Steve here with another unemployment update regarding unemployment extensions. As we've now received word that a lot of states are providing up to a total of 59 weeks of unemployment benefits to their claimants. So I'm going to be covering this for you guys. I know a lot of people might already be well aware of the fact that this is happening. However, almost every single video I get this question. What do I do after my benefits expire? What's available to me? And I find out a lot of people are missing out simply because they don't know what's provided at this time. So I want to make sure that my viewing community knows everything and the process that's available. So I'm going to be discussing PUA, PEUC, state extensions, and the durations for all these for a lot of states, which total 59 weeks. Now in this video, I'm going to be covering it in California because every single state is different. So if you're from California, special treat for you. I'm going to be using that as an example going through the California EDD website. So we're going to dive in. We're going to cover everything that you need to know for benefits. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, it'll just take a second. If you appreciate and like these videos, be sure to smash the like button. I would appreciate it. Helps out the channel. Like button, comments, and sharing these videos out to people who might need to see them helps me out. Thank you so much. And also be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that way as soon as I upload videos you can get notified right away. And also be sure to follow me on Instagram if you don't already at SteveRam3. But now let's dive into the latest with the extensions of unemployment benefits. All right guys, so first let's discuss the federal benefits that came from the CARES Act. And basically there's three that you need to know about. And I'm going to show them here on the California EDD website. They actually list them out for you. And the first is PUA, or the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, which pretty much expands eligibility for unemployment benefits. So a lot of people who were not eligible before, like independent contractors or the self-employed, now you can also collect due to what's taken place and these provisions in the CARES Act. Next, there is the PEUC, or the Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation Program. Now, this is going to provide an extension of unemployment benefits after your benefits have been exhausted for 13 weeks. So they're well aware of the fact that we don't know how long this pandemic's going to last. So they're extending the duration federally for everybody for 13 weeks. And in addition to that, we have what's known as the FPUC. Here in California, they call it the PAC, or the Pandemic Additional Compensation. And that is essentially the boost. This is by far the most popular one that we had, the boost of $600 per week on top of your unemployment benefits. Now that actually expired at the end of July. That's the one that Congress currently is working on to try to provide once again, once they provide another stimulus package. And this was applied from March to July, and it is retroactive. So if you did not collect this and you were unemployed during that time, you need to contact your state right away because you were eligible to receive this. But these are the three federal benefits that were provided from the CARES Act. Now, I'm going to get to the state benefits here in just a second, but I wanted to clarify that these are federal, so universal across the nation. Everybody is eligible for these PUA, PEUC, and FPUC benefits. I'll get the question all the time. They'll say, I'm from the state of Las Vegas. Am I eligible to receive these? And I'll let them know, first of all, Las Vegas is a city, not a state. But yes, the state of Nevada is eligible to receive these benefits since this is a federal universal benefit for anybody in the United States. Now, as I mentioned, I'm pulling this up from the California EDD website. I'm going to put a link in the description below if you'd like to check it out for yourself. But you can see right here that they have a flow chart. I'm going to go ahead and put a screenshot up for you so you can see it of the process and the questions you need to ask yourself so you know how to get these benefits that are available to you. Once again, if you'd like to see that for California, link in the description below, but make sure, know that it varies state to state, and go to your specific state's website so that way you can see the process and know what's available to you for unemployment benefits. All right, you guys, so now let's discuss the state extensions of benefits, and this is where things are going to vary across the board. You're going to need to check your individual state to find out what they're providing, and these are constantly changing. So in the state of California, you can collect your initial unemployment, you can collect that 13-week PEUC federal extension, and then the state is also providing an extension of, get this, an additional 20 weeks. So normally they provide 26, plus you got the 13 from the PEUC, plus an additional 20 weeks of a state extension for a total of 59 weeks of benefits available to you if you're unemployed in California. On the flip side, if you are from the state of Florida, you can only receive a total benefit of everything of 31 weeks. They provide their original unemployment, the 13-week PEUC extension, and then a small state extension allowing you 31 weeks. So you need to check what state you're in because it's going to vary across the board. So you need to make sure you check. And this is constantly changing, just to let you know too. Initially, California provided an additional state extension of 13 weeks. Then they extended it even further, 7 weeks. They decided that the unemployed in the state needed a longer duration of extension. So this is constantly changing. So be sure to check what the current status is of your state extension. Now, as of late October, I'm going to give you the updated list of all the people that are providing state extensions of 20 weeks. Now, this, as I mentioned, could potentially change from the time that you're actually watching this. But as of late October, the list included Alaska, California, Connecticut, Georgia, Illinois, Kansas. Kansas just recently said they're going to be reducing it, so I think it's going to be going down to 13 weeks in Kansas. Also, Minnesota, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oregon, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Texas, Vermont, Washington, and just recently, Washington, D.C. has been added to that list as well. All right, so now let's take a look at this state extension in the state of California. Now, if you are there, you're going to be wanting to look up what's known as Fed Ed. That's what this extension is called in the California EDD website. So it says, with the new legislative changes adopted in California, the federal state extension duration, or Fed Ed, extension provides up to 20 weeks of additional benefits for people who used all of their unemployment benefits during the period of high unemployment. The legislative changes also allow California to maximize federal support and meet the high unemployment period requirement for federal law and to add additional 7 weeks of PUA, since PUA originally was going to be the additional 13 weeks for a total of 39, but now they're going to be 46, just like the unemployment. Now, that makes the maximum benefits available for PUA claims a total of 46 weeks, just like I just said. The 20 weeks of Fed Ed benefits can only be paid during the extended benefits period, which is based on the state's unemployment rate, and only after people have collected their regular unemployment insurance benefits, as well as the PEUC extension benefits that were eligible, and that is the 13-week extension. So after you have used your 26 weeks, you've used your 13 weeks of PEUC, then you can go into the Fed Ed benefits, or the additional 20 weeks of state extension. Now, it also says that the earliest a Fed Ed claim can begin is May 10th, 2020, but the first people who could be eligible collected all benefits on their PEUC claims at the end of June. It says the Fed Ed program will continue until California's unemployment rate drops below a certain level. At this time, there is no end date of the extended benefit period. This page will be updated when the extended benefit period ends. So once again, like I said, you're going to want to make sure that you check your state's website, as guidelines, duration, eligibility, all that will vary state to state. And then here on an additional page for the California EDD Fed Ed program for the state extension, they provide for you the benefit payments, and they let you know here, it says, we are first implementing up to 13 weeks of the maximum Fed Ed extension. With the state legislation now approved, we will be adding the additional 7 weeks. So they're letting you know it's going to be a total of 20. Then they have a little bit of a breakdown here for you, showing you all of the different parts of the Fed Ed and how it's going to be applied to you. So you go ahead and check that out. Like I said, link in the description below. And they also require certification for this state extension. It says, after your extension is filed, you will need to certify for benefit payments. Certifying is answering basic questions every 2 weeks that tell us whether you're still unemployed and eligible to continue receiving payments. The fastest way to certify for benefits is in the UI online. You can also certify by mail. Unlike regular unemployment claims, you will not be able to certify for the Fed EDD extension using the EDD Tel Cert. So you need to make sure if your state requires you to certify a certain way as well for that specific state extension. Now, you might be wondering, how long are these benefits available to us? Well, if you're talking about the state benefits, you're going to want to make sure you check with your state and see how long they're going to be providing these extensions. As we just saw with Fed Ed in California, the state extension, it said they currently don't have a deadline in sight. They're pretty much just going to be determining based off of the need in the state. But if you are talking about the federal benefits that have been provided, the PUA or the PEUC, those are actually set to expire December 31st of 2020, the last day of the year. So we're going to be looking to Congress to provide some sort of extension for that, because if we don't have an extension of PUA, there's going to be a lot of people who normally do not qualify for unemployment benefits. They're going to lose all support and not going to have any sort of income coming in during this pandemic. So we're going to be looking to that extension. And as I mentioned already, the FPUC $600 weekly boost, that already expired at the end of July. So we're looking to Congress to provide an extension of that as well. But as it currently stands, the unemployed can collect a total of 59 weeks of unemployment benefits from both state and federal provisions. So that's really awesome, but make sure to check your state, because as I said, some are less, some are more. So right now, just want to get you guys caught up on that so that way you know what's available to you. If you have questions, if you have updates, if you have stuff on your specific state, please leave it down in the comments below so that way I can go ahead and check those out. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. And once again, if you appreciate these videos, if you like them and you haven't already, be sure to smash the like button. It helps out the channel. Thank you so much. And also, if you'd like to stay up to date on anything that's happening right now with the economy, unemployment, stimulus, be sure to smash the subscribe button and the notification bell so that way as soon as I upload videos, you can get notified right away. And also be sure to follow me on Instagram if you don't already at SteveRam3. Well, you guys, I hope this reaches you well. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.